Welcome, folks. It is a brand new show. It's a brand new look. It is the SAK show on Zindagi TV, and it's going to be fantastic. It's different, and this show is about you. We're going to talk, we're going to know more personal details about all of you out there. So keep watching SAK show on Zindagi TV.
Love this place.
Nice. I know it's like becoming your second home right now.
Thanks to you, to be honest.
So we got to know more about PBN. Now, PBN stands for Punjabi by nature.
Yes.
But of course, we all know you as Haps. Tell us a formal introduction. Your real name.
My real name is Harpreet.
Harpreet.
Jandu. Yeah.
Jandu.
All my fans, all my supporters know me as PBN. Punjabi by nature was the name I started out with when I originally started. And as I started making more and more music, I saw that my reach was going out to loads of different people who were non-Punjabis as well. So I was like, okay, I'm going to shorten it down and I'm going to say PBN.
But hang on, even before we go into the PBN short of it, the name Punjabi by nature, how did that come out? There must be something.
It was, I started music many years ago when I was in school. I started into music, and then Harpreet Jandu is a nice Punjabi name, but it's not a very good stage name, right? So I needed a stage name, and then I had some good friends around me, and then we literally sat around a table like this and just threw some names in the air.
Okay.
And
do you want to share some of those names, by the way?
I can't remember them. I just remember Punjabi by nature stuck out, and I was like, you know what, it's cool, let's go with that. And I am Punjabi by nature, born and bred in UK, but my culture all the way since, from the beginning, I've been very close to Punjabi Maboli, Punjabi music, Punjabi culture. So the name stuck, and that's it. And then, like I said, over the years, just shortened down to PBN.
To PBN.
Yeah, and that's
so
it, man.
Just tell us how you do your magic.
The magic is exactly that. It's magic. So there's no rules for it. But I started out, like I said, when I was in school, and I had the opportunity to go to a local recording studio from my hometown in Wolverhampton.
Okay. And so, this was in what? Early 80s or 90s?
80s, come on, I'm not that old. Okay. Come on, bro. He thinks he's interviewing Justin, a joke.
Justin is watching this, by the way.
Joking, he's my boy, he's younger than me. No, what I was going to say. So when I was in school, I was introduced to this recording studio. It's a brand new facility that was available to general public to come and learn music. As far as I was concerned before then, I was just about dancing. I loved dancing to the music. I didn't really know about production or music, how to make it, but I enjoyed it. So I went into this recording studio, big facilities. Young little kid like me going into one of these places, I was like, wow. Just to see that kind of equipment and facilities. Every day after school I'd go there. I'd sit on other people's sessions and started getting a feel for it, and then started learning the basics of how music is made. Composition, making beats, chords, all the rest of it, and slowly I started picking it up.
So you don't actually, at that time, you did not play a particular instrument?
I didn't play nothing.
You didn't start with the tablas and
nothing. I dabbled in it. I dabbled in a bit of tolki. Started learning keys. And then, as a music producer, I think it's fundamental that you do know an instrument. So for me, it's keyboards.
And I think once you know the keyboard, the rest it all falls under the keyboard. Of course it does.
And obviously the other side of it is making beats, which is, another side. But so I went into, like I said, every day after school. Before you know it, I started putting demos together. And at that time, one of my closest friends and label partner, Bobby Bajran from Limitless Records, he was setting up this new label, and he was from Wolverhampton as well. Coincidentally, he was a few years older than me. He went to the same school. And he said, I'm looking for an artist. And I'm like, well, I'm trying to get into music and hear some demos. He set the label up. The rest was history.
Wow.
So we put out one song, and the local people...
So the first song, what was it?
Back then, Nain Prito De, a cover version. Nain Prito
De. Trust me, till to date, I know weddings played. Nain Prito De was like
massive. So like, that was my first #1 in England as well on the BBC Asian network.
So what you're telling me, Haps, is that you're self-taught.
Oh yeah.
Nobody taught you
There was a guy called Keith Dilworth, a guy who run the studio. He worked with some mainstream artists from England. You guys probably not have heard of this artist called Beverly Knight. She was mainstream English music. He taught me the fundamental things behind music, like I was saying, about the chords, about compositions, about how to make beats, about and then basic things led me to go on to where I have, and I've learned on the job. When I started bringing in other musicians and other singers, and that's it. And I'm still learning. Music is such a thing that you'll never know everything.
True.
So yeah, like I said, Nain Prito, they came out, and people in my local community started loving it, started appreciating it. Before you know it, they started asking for gigs, and then another song, then another. Slowly my journey just grew and grew and grew, and the music spread and spread and spread and went worldwide. And
so those days, which was your breakthrough song that took you on an international platform?
I think Ajmer was a very, very influential song for me.
Yeah.
Because that song, even though we didn't have a big video or anything, it did go viral.
I mean, did it have a video actually?
It did have a video, a very poor video back then.
Olden days,
yeah. But that song went worldwide, especially in places like Canada and America, everywhere, all over the country. Ajmer was one of them songs which
to date it's been played. You know.
Well, we still perform that song, and DJ still play that song. It's evergreen. So I think Ajmer was a turning point, but
that was the one.
It would be very difficult for me to turn around and say there's one song that has depicted my career, because as my career has gone, whichever way it's gone, year after year after year, there's been a song that's done another big movement for me and another big movement for me, and that's been the way it's been. So
generally when we do the interview of the food show, people don't give us their recipes, how they make their food. But I'm sure you'll tell us more about this. How does it work? I mean, PBN producer. That's the title you had them days,
Them days, yeah.
Do you select your song yourself, the lyrics? Do you do the singer, who's going to sing this song? Which song is suited for a particular singer? Or is it like somebody just comes and tells you? How does it work,
Again, when I started out, you got to remember I didn't have a name in the industry. So to me, it was whichever vocals I could get my hands on.
Okay.
Whichever lyrics I could get my hands on. That's what I'd work with, and that's what I did. As years progressed, and I said, I'm not just a producer, I can write songs. I'm not just a songwriter, I can compose songs. I'm not just a composer, I can sing songs. Things change, the dynamics change. Now all of a sudden I can say, I want this, and this is the person who will do this.
And I know singers who are dying to be produced by you.
But the thing is, I mean, as you know, we'll move on to this later in the show, but Team PBN involved. I started singing songs, we started taking our own stage. So now me collaborating with singers is few and far between. Back then it was predominantly use all the singers. And then as I started making a name, the singers who I used to look up to, they were actually looking at me.
So all this happened at a very early age, And you got the main breakthrough with Ajmer Pinia. I mean, at that time, were you still studying or were you working? Or I mean, how did you find that balance in between?
It was very difficult. I was studying, I was at university, and I was doing a business management degree. And actually, just before I went full-time into music, I was working as a project manager. I had a good job. I was working for the university. And what happened was, coincidentally, I think this was 2009 when I released the anthem Ashik with Miss Pooja.
Oh, that was massive.
Yeah, and that album Homegrown. I managed to get a phone call for a tour in Australia, like a 4-city tour. And I was still working at 9-5 at that time, and I was like kind of balancing it. Do I go full-time? And when that happened, I was just like, my work people were saying, we can't give you the time off, we need you here, and I was
so
like,
you had to pick.
So I was like, go across the other side of the world, all expenses paid, earn good money for a 4-city tour,
and it's
headlining, or staying behind this office. So that day I decided to say, this is it. I gave him my resignation. I tattooed this on my arm.
And you said, that's it.
And I said, this is it.
That's
now.
the direction you want to go.
Now this is me, and this is the direction I'm going to go, and that's it.
So it became a full-time thing then. That's it. And your
2009
first major album was, of course, Homegrown.
I think that was the big turnaround album for me, because that was that was the first big album. I think after that would be Crowd Pleaser.
There it's like you had so many collaborations on that one. It's like PBN rather was like the collabo king. Everybody was dying to do it. But I'm sure there must be someone out there. You must have been in your teens and you're like, I want this person to sing for me, and I do the music and I produce it. Tell me more about that.
Well, I think one of them straight away would be Malakit Singh,
Malakit Singh,
he was the original, a trendsetter. The original first Sardarji who went worldwide, and I grew up dancing on the dance floor, seeing him live on stage. So it was a moment when he came into my recording studio to sing a song for me,
And that was crazy.
Another great guy, Apache Indian,
Legend.
I remember with him, I'd done a song called Soni Lagdi. I sent him a demo. I didn't have a vocalist at the time, so I'd done the vocals. Apache Indian says to me, keep your vocals on there. And I was like, okay. And then all of a sudden we got the legend Apache Indian, who'd done major things for mainstream music, not just our Asian scene, And then obviously, same album, Miss Pooja. Miss Pooja, who was the queen of duets.
That's
massive,
what Ashik
massive
came
name.
in.
Yeah, and then I says to her, I says, we got to do something different. And she's like, no, I only do duets. I said, no, you need to do a solo song. Stand alone, this is your time. And we did it, and that song, till this day, I think she will agree, is probably one of her biggest songs, today.
And it was like, I think Homegrown defined your sound.
Yeah,
it brought a complete unique sound into the Bhangra scene,
Probably, yeah.
It's like majority of them, yes, the Dole and this and that was there, other producers doing, but it's like, when you hear a particular song, you're like, hey, that's PBN, Getting that sound.
Yeah.
How did that happen, bro?
That's natural.
Natural. It's
I think any artist, they do anything long enough, they create a sound. Same as a persona, same as a personality or anything else. Music's the same thing. How do I create that sound? I don't know. I just know what I like, what my ears like, and my ears are tuned to,
What I fail to understand is that your music is that sound we're talking about, the PBN sound. It's yet desi and yet it's commercial.
Yeah.
How would you classify it?
I totally agree with you. I'd say it's commercial Bhangra.
Commercial Bhangra, exactly. It's not like hardcore Bhangra that you're like,
We can get elements of hardcore.
Yeah.
For example, vocals. Like my signing Raj Baines, who's a strict folk singer.
Yeah.
But I can make that folk voice sound so commercial on a Bhangra track, and we get bigger market. So we won't keep it undiluted and say just folk.
Yeah.
We'd make it. And the reason why I say commercial Bhangra, to me what commercial Bhangra is when you can get the vast audience to like your music.
Yeah.
If you do niche and say I'm just folk, you have a strict niche audience. If you just say I'm pop, you have a strict audience. If you do commercial Bhangra, you try and capture all of them. So there's elements that everyone's going to like. Some things everyone's going to like. And to us, our main thing is to capture the biggest audience. And there's no better feeling for us.
Yeah.
That's all we want. That's what we're after.
And you've achieved it. Your sound is pretty unique. So Homegrown came, and that's when we first saw you singing in it.
Yeah.
We heard you singing in it, and of course it was with Apache. You wrote that song yourself, I believe.
Co-wrote that song. That was
yourself.
with Tari Malipuriya. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's one of my main writers, Tari, him and me.
Yeah.
We literally bounce off each other. So sometimes what would happen, I'd have the hook line of this song, and if the song needs to be on this, and we need to include this and this, and then he'd tidy it up, then it'd come back to me, and we co-write.
So was it already planned in your head when you started earlier that, I'm going to start this, learn my music, do my production, gain a few singers here and there, and then eventually I'm going to sing myself?
No.
What brought it out then?
I think just music. It's like, I hate being tagged as a producer, because like I said, I'm a composer as well. I can songwrite as well, I can sing, and music is just an art that I just do music, and whatever we can like I will always try something. So with the vocals, I'm not going to turn around and say I'm the best vocalist, but I sung, fans out there enjoyed it and they wanted more, so I said okay, let's do more.
So in the industry at the moment you're saying like singer get more value than producers?
No, because PBN name worked without being a singer originally.
I took that worldwide.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So it's like there's, I don't think that, like I says, I don't think there's any rules or guidelines to be successful, right? Believe in yourself, do it with passion, and you'll get to where you need to get to.
Awesome. So after the massive home run came Crowd Pleaser.
Very well done. Yes.
Yeah.
Now that was a turnaround album.
That was like wow.
Tell us that. That one I'm proud of, because we picked up 2 awards for that album. We picked up Best Album, UK Album, at the UK Asian Music Awards, which is the biggest award ceremony in UK. And we picked up Best Selling British Single. Wow. So we outsold every other song that year, and that was with the anthem Punjabi.
And that was the first time Habs also came to Nairobi, Kenya.
Yes.
That was your entry into the Kenyan market.
Thanks to SAK, Maya Ad. Yes, the
I
original.
remember that was like we had a massive Just Dance competition. And you came into it and everything, and you were one of the main judges. And from there it was like no turning back for you. That's when your touring took you on another level. So it was all courtesy of Crowd Pleaser. You started pleasing everybody all over the world.
Well, I mean, it's like I said, it's a journey and it doesn't come overnight. And that album, I think Corny Janda it's just a Punjabi's anthem, Punjabis worldwide appreciated it. We even wrote Africa in there actually. We dedicated a lyric to you guys. And that song, till this day, it's my proudest song. It's the last song we end our set with, because obviously I've got Team PBN now, so I've got Raj Baines to re-vocal it, and it's always the last song we're going to perform on stage. I was in India, in Mumbai, shooting the video to Soni Lagdi, right, which is the album before, and I was with Bobby Bajran. Now we can be mischievous at times, so we was in Mumbai. I remember after the video shoot, we went out for some drinks and stuff, and obviously over there is rickshaws everywhere you go. So we paid the rickshaw drivers to sit in the back of the rickshaw, so we could ride the rickshaws.
Wow!
Because we were just being silly. And we was in Mumbai, and we was driving these streets, and then I just turned around to him and says, "Kaun nahi janda." As in, who don't know us, you know, like we could do this. And then we stuck to that, and then before you know it, we said, "Punjabi anu kaun nahi janda." And it was just a line. It was nothing more than a line. As in, who don't know us, man? Punjabis were worldwide. And I thought to myself, that deserves, you know, a full song. We could do something with this. Got back into UK. And I just, all the idea just straight away, lines and lyrics started coming to my head, and before you know it, it's just pen to paper. Sat down with Tari again. I said, Tari, I've got this idea. Here's the hook line, fine tune it, and then before you know it, it was done. And then we got the Doll Foundation on that as well. Big dolls,
that was like,
powerful vocals from
again, the sound was massive.
Yeah, it's massive. It's a big
as much as, you know, they say that Kaun Nahi Janda is 100% Desi track. Again, there was that sound of yours gave it that commercial element. Like, you
big
know,
bass lines.
I know even Goras and they're like, you know, Kaun Nahi Janda, Kaun Nahi Janda. And I'm like, okay, you know, that's pretty cool.
I mean, that's funny you should say Goras, because there was this TV show, I can't remember the show's name, in England, and they had Kelly Rowland, now from Destiny's Child, Kelly Rowland.
Wow.
So she was having an interview like this, exactly like this, and they played her 3 songs, and the people that were interviewed, they were Asian, so they said, we're going to play you 3 random songs, you tell us which one's, you know, your favourite. 2 of them was English, the 3rd one was Kaun Nahi Janda, because at that time in the Asian scene, that was the biggest song.
The in thing,
Kelly Rowland, once she heard all of them, she goes, oh, I like that last song. She goes, you can just feel the emotion and the power. Now this is a non-Asian person who doesn't understand the lyrics, but she could feel the emotion, she could feel the power.
It's a powerful song.
And you know, it is one of them songs, man. So yeah, that was it.
After Crowd Pleaser, people were like, you know what, no more albums, let's release singles and this and that. But you threw them off and you came up with another powerful album. Me, Myself and Music.
Yes.
What was that about? First of all, how come the name Me, Myself and Music? I was just showcasing like, this is my personal
I think I Me, Myself and Music because at that time I was more engrossed in music than ever before, and I didn't know anything else. You know, to me, I was waking up, going to sleep, music. It was all around me, we were touring, and you know, it was that time where I know I'm now cemented in the music industry. So that title was just Me, Myself and Music, and that's what it's about.
Yeah. So now we're going to do just a quick round over here. Quick fire round.
Okay.
1-word answers. All right?
I'll try. Right.
Don't worry, you're on the hot seat over here. PBN, the singer or the producer?
The artist.
The artist.
The artist.
Whoa.
I told you I don't like taglines, man. Keep it as a music
I can say Areva, man.
Areva.
Okay, PBN, single or married?
Single.
Single. PBN, womanizer or good boy?
Good boy.
Good boy.
Yeah.
PBN.
Mom's watching.
With shades or without shades?
PBN with shades.
With shades.
Yeah. Harpreet Jandu without shades. Yeah.
Okay. PBN. Hang on. PBN, actor or singer?
Say that again, sorry?
Actor or singer?
Singer.
Singer. You know, I've seen a lot of UK artists nowadays going into acting. Who are like singers, and I'm like, that's the reason for that.
We'll stay there. That's fine.
Now this one was a question which has actually slipped my mind. Before we continue with a quick fire.
Go on.
Why are all your songs based on Daru?
No, they're not. Come on, bro. 2 songs. Yeah, one more. Go on.
That was like massive.
Yeah.
And then the other one was with Raj Bains, Thodi Thodi Peen Lande.
Yeah, that's it. That's 2 out of 100, bro.
It's like these 2 are so big, you know, and you're like.
I should tell you what. Look, the thing is, you got to remember, lyrically, you can't keep singing about the same stuff. So, Ajmer Pinia was released in 2005, I think.
Yeah.
Right? Thodi Thodi was released in what, 2014 or 15? Look at the gap, right? I've done Jaan Punjabi for Punjabis, Kaun Nahi Janda, Kaun Nachdi, Ik Wari, you know, Bhangra Paundi, Fitte Muh. Lyrics keep changing. Yes, there's only so much to sing about, so you do have to come back around after a bit. So, but I think 2 Shalab songs out of 12 years, that's not bad.
That's not bad. Okay, fine. All right, we'll let him go off on that one. So back to the quick fire round.
Yeah.
Yep. UK or Africa?
Worldwide.
Worldwide. Choice C, huh? Butter chicken or KFC?
Butter chicken.
Butter chicken. Or I should have asked Masra di dal or KFC?
Masra di dal,
Of course,
moongi
yeah.
masra di dal, bro. Yeah, I love that.
Okay, so that's a veg or a non-veg?
Non-veg, yeah,
Non-veg, okay. Hard drinks or soft drinks?
drinks.
Drinks, just drinks. Crowd pleaser or home ground?
You can't ask me that.
You can?
No,
Yeah?
no, both.
It's
both,
two.
both. Yeah. They're both great albums.
All right, this is a good one. Justice Sidhu or B21?
Ooh, Jussi Sidhu, man. Come
Anytime,
on.
right?
Obviously. Jussi Sidhu is B21, man.
Katrina or Deepika?
Deepika.
Deepika? Shah Rukh or Salman?
Shah Rukh.
Shah Rukh. Okay. Badshah or Honey Singh?
I think currently Badshah, the original Daddy Honey Singh. No doubt,
All right.
Honey Singh.
Last but not least, Miss Pooja or Sudesh Kumari?
Miss Pooja.
Miss Pooja?
Yeah, of course.
Favorite fans?
Ashik too, guys, get ready.
Favorite fans all over the world?
Nairobi, come on.
Has to be, yeah?
Le.
So, Habs, before we leave, tell us your future plans over here.
Future plans, like I says, guys, iconic. Look out for it. Like I says, man, it's gonna be a great album. My team, Raj Bain, singing 2-3 songs on there. Very versatile songs as well. Collaborations, you know, some big names on there as well. So look out for that. A couple more singles. Thank you for all the support you guys shown for Bhangra Bondi.
Awesome.
And that's it, man. More music, man. More vibes. So hopefully I'll be back here in Nairobi soon.
Yeah,
if SAK managed to put on another big show.
Definitely, bro. And of course, here, you know, you were telling me something earlier that as soon as his album Iconic is going to be launched, you will be the first one to find out of it on Zindagi TV.
100%, man. Yeah,
so
100%.
The exclusive drops coming soon of
definitely,
Iconic.
Definitely.
Once again, thanks so much to Kempinski for this awesome location over here. Big thanks to Mr. Heps over here, PBN. Looking forward to Iconic.
Thank you, bro.
It's the SAK show. Thanks so much, guys. Keep watching. Like, share, subscribe. It is ZindagiTvKe.
Yo, what's happening, guys? This is your boy PBN, and you guys are watching Zindagi TV, Kenya's #1 online channel. Keep it locked. Peace.